Welcome to the Kanavos Show, everyone, on New Earth TV. I'm your host, Kathleen O'Keefe Kanavos, aka the Queen of Dreams, and I'm a multi-international award-winning author. Our expert healing panel tonight are authors from my latest book, co-authored with Reverend Patricia Caganello, and it's titled Chaos to Clarity, Sacred Stories of Informational Oh, God, can we start over?
It's not easy to start over.
Come on, just keep running. Chaos to Clarity, Sacred Stories of Transformational Change, available on Amazon and my website, Kathleen O'Keefe Kanavos. This is a live show, so when your mind is going 50 miles an hour, sometimes you can't read your own writing. So, change. Let's talk about change. Change is one of the biggest phobias human beings have. It's right next to death. So, but change is very important. And one of the reasons we know that is that without change, there's no forward movement. For example, take the dinosaurs. They could not change to what was happening on the earth, and so they became extinct. Our guests tonight are Eileen Bild, and she is CEO of Ordinary to Extraordinary Life, Core Thinking. She holds a master's in transpersonal psychology. She's a certified life coach, an executive producer for OTEL Productions, OTEL Productions. She's also a columnist for Biz Catalyst 360 magazine. Her website, which is on my Kathleen O'Keefe Kanavos author page, you can just click on there to find it, is eileenbild.com, and that's EILEENBILD.com. Our second guest is Kristi Tornabene. Did I say that right, Kristi?
Benny?
How do you say your last name? Tornabene?
Benny.
Tornabene. Kristi Tornabene is the author of Keys to Basic Health, Proactive Strategies for Healthy Aging. And she's always been interested in health and well-being. Kristi says, without your health, nothing else is possible. And her website is keystoBasicHealth.com. Welcome to the show, Eileen and Kristi.
Thank you.
So, Kristi, let's start with you. Your chapter in the book, Chaos to Clarity, is titled, Now My Family Genes Fit Into My Denim Jeans. And I loved your story because it's a little bit about what we all kind of have to deal with, especially during the holidays, and that's gaining weight. But you say, searching my family genetic history helped me discover where my health issues began, but it was up to me to make them end. And you start your chapter with, Kristi, you're getting fat, which was what your husband was saying to you. Tell us how you felt about that, Kristi.
I felt really, really bad, but more importantly, I knew that I needed to make a change because I didn't want to look like my relatives.
And your relatives, so genetically, your relatives were a bit heavy?
They all got heavy as they aged. And
oh, my goodness. Okay. So before I ask you some more questions about that, I wanted to talk to Elaine about her chapter in here, and it's called Shift Your Focus for Change. And you say sometimes our mind overrides our inner compass, and we fail to see what is right there. That's amazing. I really like what you said there. And you suffer from a debilitating condition. Tell us what your condition is.
Yes, when I was in my young to mid-30s, I started having all these symptoms, such as chronic fatigue and couldn't sleep at night, insomnia, pain all over my body, and ultimately we discovered it was fibromyalgia. And that was 20 years ago before it became a household name, but we were able to put a label on it. And I had it for about 7 years. And then I self-healed from it.
So you suffered from fibromyalgia, and those are chronic symptoms that actually caused you to hit rock bottom before you were able to start to make your way back up to the top of life. So
Absolutely.
So what did you do to actually help yourself overcome what was holding you back?
I made a declaration, and I said either I'm going to heal or done, because it had robbed me of my life. I had gone into this abyss of no man's land, and I couldn't function. And it was when my son said to me, August, Mom, why don't you smile anymore? That the light bulb went off, and I said, okay, I have to make a choice, and I have to make a change. And it was after that all the opportunities started to present itself. And I received my master's, and I created a protocol for myself that included massage, acupuncture, like coaching, the purpose. I went on organic eating, cut out meat, anything that could detox the mind, the body, the spirit. And I dove into it 100%. And in 3 months, my symptoms
So you decided that you either wanted to get well or you wanted to kind of pass over, and because you don't want to live with the symptoms that you were experiencing. It was just too painful. So, Kristi, let's go back to you. What was one of the positive aspects that you learned when you went on your journey on figuring out how to get your genes to fit into your genes?
One of the positive things I've learned is that I could get my energy back, I could digest well, and I could maintain my best weight as I aged. And it's worked for my friends, and I think as teaching others, it's important to help others. So that's
when you're teaching others, it is important to, when you help others, you help yourself. And that was one of the threads that ran through this whole book. I don't think there was a single story in this book, Chaos to Clarity, where the people in the book, with their stories and all that they were going through, did not want to help others in order to help themselves. Their main focus, to take their focus off of their pain and to help them heal, was to focus on others and help others in this journey. So, Kristi, how are you still living your change? What are you doing on a daily basis?
I have a condition called MTHFR, and I found that it can cause several illnesses in people, and it runs in my family. And what I do is I eat a lot of folate every day.
You eat a lot of folate?
Folate, yep, foods with folate.
And so give us an example of some of the foods that you eat that are full of folate.
Sardines, romaine lettuce, salmon, asparagus.
So, I love all
chips. What's the other thing? Yeah. Anyway, I have several dishes that I make with lots of folate.
Okay, that's great. I never realized that, so I just learned something new on this show. Eileen, what are you doing on a daily basis now to live your change?
Think positively as much as possible. And I stay within a paradigm of health and healing. So I realized there's only 2 ways we can live. We're either in disease and not feeling good, or we're out of disease and in health and we feel good. So I stay in the mental forward-thinking level of making sure that everything I do, I say, my interactions with others is on as positive and inspiring for myself and others as possible.
And you found that being positive actually makes a difference in your health and in your life?
Absolutely. And it has allowed me to create boundaries, to be able to communicate with others in a way that it becomes a win-win, to deal with difficult people, to really live a fulfilling life in the way that I choose and I want to live it. So going from chaos to clarity, I've been able to be very on purpose with the choices that I make.
Mm-hmm. And what about you, Kristi? Do you try and stay really positive in your life as well? Do you find that helps?
Actually, the way I eat has enabled me to stay positive, because a condition that runs through the MTHFR family or people is that it can cause depression. And I was depressed for a long time. So this really changed my outlook, and it helps me stay positive and all kinds of good things.
So our diet is really important to going from chaos to clarity and staying positive while we're doing that.
Right. For some people, it really makes a difference.
And did you find that to be true too, Eileen?
Absolutely. I had to stop attaching myself to the negativity of feeling so helpless and hopeless. And I had to, while I was going through the healing process, I had to do affirmations and just convince myself that I was already healthy, that I was happy, that I was healed. And I believe that was a very, that was the catalyst that helped me to go from the debilitating symptoms to my body healing and doing the work that I do today.
So, Kristi, how can we get in touch with you, or my audience get in touch with you if they'd like to know more of what you do and maybe more about your story?
They can contact me on my About page or my contact page. It's https www.keystoBasicHealth.com, and they can contact me that way through email, or they can call me, but I don't answer people's calls that I don't know, because I'm getting lots of, I just turned 65, so I'm getting lots of insurance calls, so I don't answer my phone all the time.
I understand that, and for the audience, Eileen has been traveling all day, and she found a little spot where she could do the show. So we're very appreciative of that, Eileen. And so sometimes her Wi-Fi is popping in and out, but we're just so happy that you're on the show with us. Eileen, how can we get in touch with you? I think she froze for a second, so until she comes back on.
Yes, I have a website.
Are you back? Eileen, how can we?
Okay, www.eileenbild.com, EILEENBILD.com. I'm also on LinkedIn, and I have my own column on Biz Catalyst 360, and it's called Forward Thinking for High Achievers.
Great. So I know, Kristi, that you're probably going to be having a column on Biz Catalyst 360 also, because all of the contributing authors in the Chaos to Clarity book have been invited by Dennis Patoco to become columnists. So we look forward to reading some of your columns.
Okay, well, great. Thanks.
And it's Chaos to Clarity. It is now actually up on Amazon. You can pre-order the book. And we're going to be having our big launch on November the 19th. So that's Chaos to Clarity, Sacred Stories of Transformational Change. Thank you, ladies, for being on the show with us tonight. And a big thanks to our producer, Rachel. Join me next Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pacific for another expert panel. Until then, you can find these archives for all of the shows on the Kanavos Show on Facebook, and it will be live again next Tuesday night on the Kathleen O'Keefe Kanavos Facebook page. Until then, have a great week, and thank you, ladies, for being with us.
Thank you, Kat.
Thank you.